मेरी उन तमाम दोस्तों से गुजारिश है कि जिन्होंने अभी तक हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है वो चैनल को ज़रूर सब्सक्राइब करें ताकि आने वाली तमाम वीडियोस आप तक पहुंच सके। थैंक यू।
अस्सलामु अलैकुम।
वालेकुम सलाम।
अऊज़ु बिल्लाहि मिनश।
क्या हाल चाल है सब लोगों के भाई?
जी अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह ठीक सर, आप सुनाएं ठीक है?
जी शुक्र अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह सब ठीक है। तो तैयार है टेस्ट के लिए आज के?
जी सर अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह।
अच्छा माशाल्लाह, यानी पूरी तैयारी की हुई है आप लोगों ने।
जी सर
अच्छा
इंशाल्लाह।
चले, मैं ना सबसे पहले तो कुछ ट्रायल दूंगा जरा आपको, वो 5-10 मिनट के लिए, ताकि आप थोड़ा सा जरा इजी हो जाए। उसके बाद फिर बता के आपको जो है वो टेस्ट दे दूंगा। 5 मिनट की 5.5 मिनट की स्पीड होगी आपकी, यानी तो डिक्टेशन होगी, उसकी जो स्पीड होगी 70 वर्ड्स पर मिनट की होगी। ठीक है, तो परेशान नहीं होना, घबराना नहीं है। नॉर्मल सी स्पीड है 70 के ऊपर, आप इससे ज़्यादा लिखते हैं तो चूंकि आज मैं पहला टेस्ट ले रहा हूँ आपसे, तो इसलिए जो स्पीड मैं नॉर्मल रखूंगा 70 के ऊर लिख पाई जाएगी आप लोगों को। मुझे उम्मीद है कि आप अच्छा रिस्पॉन्ड करेंगे, तो बिल्कुल रिलैक्स हो जाइए ज़रा, पेंसिलें तैयार कर लें, बना लें, अपने नोटबुक तैयार कर लें, रेडी हो जाए ट्रायल के लिए। तो बिस्मिल्लाह कीजिए ज़रा भाई। As God is my witness, I did not sign official secrets. Amendment Bill, 2023 and Pakistan Army Amendment Bill, 2023 as I disagreed with these laws, the President said in his tweet, he claimed he had asked his staff to return the bills unsigned within the stipulated time to make them ineffective, but his staff did not do so and lied that the bills had been returned, full stop. I confirmed from them many times whether they have been returned and was assured that they were, full stop. तो कौन पढ़ना चाहेगा इस पैराग्राफ को भाई?
जी सर मैं पढ़ता हूँ।
जी पढ़ दे जरा इसको।
जी बिस्मिल्लाह। As good is my witness, I did not sign official secret amendment bill 2023 and Pakistan Army Amendment Bill, 2023 as I disagreed with that within laws. The president said in his tweet he claimed he had asked his staff but returned the bills unsigned within stipulated time to make them ineffective, but his staff did not do so and laid that the bills had been returned, full stop.
सरल अखबार लिखिएगा जरा। However, I have found out today that my staff undermined my will and command, full stop, as Allah knows all, he will forgive inshallah, full stop. New para, so the bills cannot become law after 10 days, Mr. Zafar claimed, full stop, advocate Shaheen said Parliament had become a rubber stamp and vowed to challenge the legislation in the Supreme Court of Pakistan, full stop. He said that those who passed the bill, through the staff of the presidency, were criminals and action should be taken against them, full stop. Changes to Secrets Law, Army Act, Section 6A of the Secrets Act created a new offense of unauthorized disclosure of the identities of members of intelligence agencies, informants or sources, full stop. The offense would be punishable by up to 3 years in jail and a fine of up to rupees 10 million, full stop. तो नेक्स्ट कौन पढ़ना चाहेगा इसको भाई?
मैं ट्राई करूं सर?
जी पढ़ें इसको.
जी सर. However, I have found out today that my staff undermined my bill and command, full stop. As Allah knows all, He will forgive, inshallah, full stop, new para. So the bill cannot become law after 10 days, Mr. Zafar claimed, full stop. Advocate Shaheen said Parliament had become a rubber stamp and vowed to challenge the registration in the Supreme Court of Pakistan, full stop. He said that those who passed, the bill through the staff of the presidency, were criminal and action should be taken against them, full stop. Challenges to changes to Secrets Law, Army Act, Section 6A of the Secrets created a new offense of unauthorized disclosure of the identities of members of intelligence agencies, ये लफ्ज था
informants
और जी सर
informants
or resources, full stop. The offense would be punishable by up to 3 years in jail and fine of up to 10 million, full stop.
चलें 2-3 गलतियां की हैं आपने, बल्कि 3-4 गलतियां की हैं आपने. नेक्स्ट लिखिए जरा पैराग्राफ को. The Army Act paved the way for the punishment of up to 5-year rigorous imprisonment to any person guilty of disclosing any information acquired in an official capacity that is or may be prejudicial to the security and interest of Pakistan or the armed forces, full stop. One of the amendments in the Act accorded more powers to the Army Chief and barred ex-servicemen from engaging in politics as well as taking up ventures, which could come into conflict with the Army's interest, full stop. It also proposed imprisonment for defamation of the Army, full stop. तो ये कौन पढ़ेगा 20 पैराग्राफ को भाई? हो दिया, पढ़ दे बेटे. बेटे आवाज नहीं आ रही, पढ़ना शुरू कीजिए जरा.
जी सर. The Army Act paved the way for the punishment of up to 5 years imprisonment to any person of disclosing any information acquired in an official capacity that is or may be prejudicial of the security and interest of Pakistan or the armed forces, full stop. One of the amendments in the Act accorded more power to the Army Chief and barred ex-servicemen from engaging in politics as well as taking up venture, which could come into uh, conflict with the army's interest, full stop. It also proposed imprisonment for de say no Samanya of the army, full stop.
क्या लफ्ज़ है?
Deformation.
ऑफ द आर्मी। आखिरी पैरा लिखवा रहा हूँ, उसके बाद
जी,
मैं
सर।
डिक्टेशन दूंगा जरा। तो आखिरी ये एक ट्रायल के तौर पे एक पैरा दे रहा हूँ, जरा जिसने लिखा होगा वो सुना देगा पढ़ के, उसके बाद फिर मैं आगे टेस्ट लूंगा आपसे। द कंट्रोवर्सी सराउंडिंग द पैसेज of amendments to the Official Secrets Act and Pakistan Army Act refused to die down on Monday, as President Arif Alvi sent his secretary Waqar Ahmad packing back to the establishment division, whereas the latter called his removal from the post not based on justice, full stop. The removal of the president's secretary just a day after Mr. Alvi accused his subordinates of undermining his command is being seen as a punishment for his alleged impudence, but there was no direct reference to the former secretary's involvement in the episode, full stop. तो कौन सुनाना चाहेगा इसको भाई? शगुफ्ता
सर मैं पढ़ती हूँ।
शगुफ्ता आपने लिख लिया ना?
जी सर।
पढ़िए
The
जरा।
controversy surrounding the passage of amendments to the Official Secrets Act and Pakistan Army Act refused to die down on Monday, as President Arif Alvi sent his secretary Waqar Ahmad packing back to the establishment VN, whereas the latter called his removal from the post in the best of justice, full stop. The removal of the president's secretary just a day after Mr. Alvi accused his subordinates of undermining his command is being seen as a punishment for his alleged impudence, but there was no direct reference to the former secretary's involvement in the episode, full stop.
अच्छा, एपिसोड, ठीक है। तो अब जरा सारे लोग तैयार हो जाएं। जरा डिक्टेशन के लिए मैंने आप पहले से बता दिया है, 70 वर्ड्स पर मिनट की होगी। 5.5 मिनट की तकरीबन डिक्टेशन दूंगा मैं इसको। उसके लिए अपनी पेंसिलें वगैरह, नए पेपर ले लें, अपने नए कागज ले लें। आपने नीट लिखना है, कच्ची पेंसिल से शॉर्ट हैंड लिखनी होगी, लॉन्ग हैंड आप बॉल पेन से करनी होगी, ओवर राइट नहीं करना होगा, काट के नहीं लिखना होगा, ऊपर नीचे लॉन्ग हैंड में अल्फाज नहीं डालने होंगे, सोच समझ के आपने लॉन्ग हैंड करनी होगी। तो उसके लिए जरा अपनी तैयारी कर लीजिए। If these achievements, which are generally substantial, remain unnoticed, the opportunity of strengthening public confidence in government, a very essential factor in our democratic setup, is missed, full stop. Furthermore, the piecemeal attempts of various departments to get directly to the press also create a certain measure of confusion, which again does no good to the building up of public confidence, full stop. The coordination of publicity measures through the agency of the information department, can present a compact picture of government activities that are intended to advance the cause of development in the province, full stop. New para. The Port of London Authority extends its sway over the greatest and richest highway of commerce ever known to history, and it is continually improving the conditions of shipping on the Thames, full stop. In matters relating to shipping, the Board of Trade regulations have to be carried out, while the various chambers of commerce seek to improve and modify any enactments affecting the interests of their members, full stop. The Merchant Shipping Act, the York Antwerp rules, and the Marine Insurance Act have an important bearing on the importation and exportation of produce, full stop. New para, as Allah knows all, He will forgive, inshallah, full stop. But I ask forgiveness from those who will be affected, the President wrote on X, full stop. There was no official statement from the presidency until the filing of this report, full stop. It may be noted that President Alvi had returned at least a dozen pieces of proposed legislation earlier this month, full stop. Last week, Don had approached the President's Principal Information Secretary, Akhtar Munir, seeking details of the bills that had been returned unsigned, as there was some confusion about which pieces of legislation had been returned and which ones had been approved, full stop. New para, this, as already stressed earlier, will enable the departments to review their activities periodically and find out if there has been any substantial achievement which the public would be interested in and which would win their confidence, full stop. Recently, as also earlier, certain departments have taken so long a time in furnishing some information required from them that the project undertaken by the information department had to be given up, full stop. This was obviously to the detriment of the departments themselves, full stop. I am therefore, directed to bring to your notice the orders of the governor that in every case timely information should be made available to the information department whenever required by them for purposes of publicizing government activities, full stop. रेडी भाई, चलें भाई, अब हम लॉन्ग हैंड को चेक कर लेते हैं। सभी को मुकम्मल हो गई है तो बड़े आराम के साथ, बड़े हौसले के साथ चेक करना। एक दफ़ा आप चेक करेंगे, उसके बाद फिर मैं इसको चेक करूंगा, फिर इसकी आप लोग फाइनल रिपोर्ट दे देंगे कि आपने कितनी कितनी गलतियां की हैं। तो रेडी हो जाएगा इसका। इफ दीज अचीवमेंट्स which are generally substantial, remain unnoticed, the opportunity of strengthening public confidence in government, a very essential factor in a democratic setup, is missed, full stop. Furthermore, the piecemeal attempts of various departments to get directly to the press also create a certain measure of confusion, which again does no good to the building up of public confidence, full stop. The coordination of publicity measures through the agency of the information department, can present a compact picture of government activities that are intended to advance the cause of development in the province, full stop. New para. The Port of London Authority extends its sway over the greatest and richest highway of commerce ever known to history, and it is continually improving the conditions of shipping on the Thames, full stop, in matters relating to shipping. The Board of Trade regulations have to be carried out, while the various chambers of commerce seek to improve and modify any enactments affecting the interests of their members, full stop. The Merchant Shipping Act, the York Antwerp rules, and the Marine Insurance Act have an important bearing on the importation and exportation of produce, full stop. New para. As Allah knows all, He will forgive, inshallah, full stop. But I ask forgiveness from those who will be affected, the President wrote on X, full stop. There was no official statement from the presidency until the filing of this report, full stop. It may be noted that President Alvi had returned at least a dozen pieces of proposed legislation earlier this month, full stop. Last week, Dawn had approached the President's Principal Information Secretary Akhtar Munir, seeking details of the bills that had been returned unsigned, as there was some confusion about which pieces of legislation had been returned and which ones had been approved, full stop. New para. This, as already stressed earlier, will enable the departments to review their activities periodically and find out if there has been any substantial achievement which the public would be interested in and which would win their confidence, full stop. Recently, as also earlier, certain departments have taken so long a time in furnishing some information required from them that the project undertaken by the information department had to be given up, full stop. This was obviously to the detriment of the departments themselves, comma. I am therefore, comma, directed to bring to your notice the orders of the governor that in every case timely information should be made available to the information department whenever required by them for purposes of publicizing government activities, full stop. हाँ भाई, होगी चेक सभी लोगों की भी। सबसे पहले तो मुझे वैसे बताइएगा आप, तो एक तो ये है कि आपने क्या करना क्या है, सबसे पहले ये करना है कि आपने अपना अपना नाम लिखना है ऊपर, और साथ से जो आपने चेक किया, जो आपने चेक किया भी गलतियां काउंट की हैं वो ऊपर लिखनी है, अपना नाम प्लस गलतियां एरर्स जो भी की हैं आपने। करने के बाद अपने अपने जूम पे जाके, जूम अपने ग्रुप के अंदर जाके आप भी आपने जिससे मैं पूछता जाऊं, पहले शॉर्ट हैंड वो सेंड करेगा जो आपने की है, उसके बाद लॉन्ग हैंड की जितनी भी आपने एक पेज हो या दो हो या तीन हो, इकट्ठे अटैच करने हैं, अलग-अलग फाइल अटैच नहीं करनी आपने। यानी आप पहले इसको कैप्चर करेंगे, ज़रा कर लिया होगा आप लोगों ने, नहीं किया तो करेंगे। कैप्चर करने के बाद आपकी 2 पेज हैं या 3 पेज, उनकी जो अटैचमेंट होगी वो कंबाइन करनी है, अलग-अलग नहीं करनी है आपने। तो जिससे मैं पूछता जाऊं वो अपनी एरर भी बताता जाए, और जूम ग्रुप के अंदर वो अपनी शॉर्ट हैंड प्लस लॉन्ग हैंड के पेजेस जो हैं वो अटैच करता जाए। यानी इसका मतलब ये होगा कि आपका एक पेज जो होगा वो शॉर्ट हैंड का होगा, बाकी को 2 किसी के होंगे, किसी के 3 होंगे, वो आपके शॉर्ट लॉन्ग हैंड के होंगे। इनको इकट्ठी अटैचमेंट कर देनी है आपने, लहदा नहीं करनी, वन टाइम करनी है आपने। तो सब बताइएगा, सबसे पहले उस्मान एंड असद जो हैं, आपकी कितनी गलतियां हुई हैं भाई?